All right. So now we've got a new narrative on Deontay Wilder. Now, to distract from the fact that Tyson Fury loaded his gloves or didn't load his gloves. What is it when you have gloves built to where the padding is distributed in a manner where it's not on your knuckle? Is that technically a loaded glove? Because you're not really loading it. I guess you could say you're loading up the top with your knuckles. But in the midst of Tyson Fury getting accused from this, there's all of a sudden a new accusation about Deontay Wilder being on performance enhancing drugs because of something that Shannon Briggs said. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. So, Shannon Briggs, former heavyweight champion out of New York City, fought, I do believe he was a champion in the late 1990s, but a good fighter, not a great fighter. I think, he was a top heavyweight at a point in time, but was always underneath, the other great heavyweights that were around at the time, slightly before him and slightly after him, like Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, Vladimir Klitschko, Vitaly Klitschko, right? He was around during those times, and he was a good fighter, man. I'd put him up there somewhere around Michael Moore as that level of heavyweight, below the greats, but a good fighter. Unfortunately, though, he is somebody now that has a reputation for being a performance enhancing drug cheat. Right now, I don't know if that happened in the early parts of his career or in the later part of his career, right? The specifics around it, but it is what it is. He tried to fight Vladimir Klitschko, Vladimir Klitschko, and I think in one of the lead ups to the fight where he was trying to get the fight, he popped dirty, but Shannon Briggs comes out and says that there are more fighters out there in the boxing world that have tested positive performance enhancing drugs, more heavyweights, guys that you don't know that have tested positive, right? So now, is there any question about that? In my mind, absolutely not. I'm sure there's a bunch of heavyweights that are on performance enhancing drugs or who are on performance enhancing drugs that never wound up testing positive, because the boxing commissions and the state commissions do not care about catching people that are on performance enhancing drugs. They care about the money and the gate receipts coming out of the fight. They don't care about loaded gloves. They don't care about any of that garbage. All they care about is the money that comes to them. And you can see that in the way the Nevada State Athletic Commission behaves. You can see that in the way that the WBC behaves, and you can see that in the way that the boxing media in general behave. They treat performance enhancing drugs as if it is a serious issue if somebody that they do not like gets caught. But if it is somebody that they do like that gets caught, let's accept any excuse that they throw out there. Like, I was sleeping with my boyfriend and he's a bodybuilder and I swallowed his testosterone and therefore I tested positive. Or I was out, even though I'm worth $100 million and we know that Combuterol is rampant in the meat in Mexico, I, for some stupid reason, decided that I was going to eat a steak or two I was going to eat a couple pounds of street tacos during the middle of training. And, that's why I have the Combuterol. Or, there was what's the Tyson Fury excuse? I bought boar meat that was uncastrated. And even though the guy retracted the statement that he said when he said he stole it, that he never sold Tyson Fury that boar meat. Have you heard anybody in the mainstream media or any of these boxing commissions or anybody say, let's look into that? Let's see if Tyson Fury really did cheat and not skip out on a significant penalty for testing positive for nandrolone? No, right? But if you don't like him, then hey man, let's run with it, right? So Deontay Wilder has never tested positive for a performance enhancing drug. And in fact, the guy is probably the most cheated active fighter in boxing. because he has had at least 3 fights canceled because somebody tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs trying to fight him, right? That is aside from the fact that Tyson Fury's glove wasn't in his daggone hand, wasn't in the glove in the first fight, and there was no padding on the right hand in the second, right? But not even paying attention to that cheat, Deontay Wilder is probably the most cheated fighter that there is in boxing. And I'm saying that's 3 times. Name somebody else that has had 3 boxing matches canceled because guys kept trying to get into the ring with them jacked up on steroids. You won't find them. But in the midst of all this testing going on around Deontay Wilder, and other people getting popped, for some reason, people believe that Shannon Briggs is referring to Deontay Wilder. You know, the 6'7", 210-pound heavyweight, right? Well, because if he's on steroids, he dang sure ain't doing it. He dang sure ain't doing it to put on any muscle mass, because the dude doesn't even run so that his weight won't drop below 200 pounds, and he'll have to come in as a cruiserweight. But anyway, so the idea is bantied about that it is Deontay Wilder that is the one Shannon Briggs is speaking about. Let's assume that he is. Well, great. If he's talking about Deontay Wilder, I think that we need to do exactly what you guys are asking for. We need to go test Deontay Wilder. We need to put Deontay Wilder on year-round, out of competition drug testing and hair, not only your blood, but your hair. You know, with your hair, test with your hair samples or some way beyond urine, right? Just we need to put Deontay Wilder on the most stringent anti-drug, anti-PED cheating testing regimen possible. And when you do that with him, do that to Canelo, do that to Tyson Fury, do that to Vasily Lomachenko, do that to Arthur Beterbiev, do it to Monster Inoue, do it to Manny Pacquiao, and do it to everybody else in the sport of boxing. Because if you did that, then we would know who is on performance-enhancing drugs and who is not. And when they test positive, dude, immediately strip them of their belts. Don't sit around and do like the WBC did with Franchon DeZorn Cruz's the lady that beat her, and Alejandro Jimenez. Don't do like them and give a public statement of support and love and admiration for the families and the children involved. And no, none of that. Don't pull out your violin and start playing for Canelo. Oh, but he passed so many tests before. He's been tested hundreds of times and he's never failed a test before. So therefore, we don't believe this test and we stand behind him, right? Don't do that. Don't do that for Deontay Wilder. Don't do that for Tyson Fury. Don't do that for Canelo Alvarez. Don't do it for Vasily Lomachenko. Don't do it for Luis Nery. Man, how many times did Luis Nery pop dirty and still get shots at the WBC titles down there at bantamweight? How many? Dude, see, if I was a suspicious man and I looked at the way that the WBC, who the WBC stands up for and who they let swing in the wind, I would swear that the WBC is a Mexican organization. I would swear that their allegiance, that maybe they're located in Mexico, because they dang sure seem to get real loose and understanding when it comes to Mexican fighters popping dirty. But when somebody like Jarrell Big Baby Miller, who is not even fighting for the WBC, who is not in the WBC rankings, test positive, they feel like they have to go to the ends of the earth to show everybody just how concerned they are about this issue with performance-enhancing drugs. Dude, stop being phony. All of y'all stop being phony, okay? Y'all know dang well that Deontay, you don't have a decent reason to believe Deontay Wilder's under performance-enhancing drugs. You don't even have a decent reason to believe that. He lost his last fight. He's had 3 guys. He He's not some big muscle bound ton of dude. You know, he ain't built like Anthony Joshua, right? He doesn't fight in areas where you can get therapeutic use exemptions, right? And he ain't never got caught. These other dudes in the heavyweight division, man, these dudes are getting caught. It's just that these people don't care. They just think that the cheating's okay because it's their guy. And if it's their guy, the cheating's fine. That's how the WBC thinks. If it's our guy that's doing the cheating, okay, it's fine with us. So what? We like him. We stand by him. We're going to support him. Let Deontay Wilder get caught with a performance-enhancing drug, dude. Deontay Wilder will never get another championship fight again, right? Again. Tyson Fury tested positive, dude, and they want to enshrine this dude off one win. Anyway, I mean, I just don't understand this. I don't understand you guys, man. You guys, anything to tarnish Deontay Wilder's name, even if it is something that is absolutely ridiculous to be associated with him specifically versus other people. Like, I wonder who Shannon Briggs could be talking about when he says that there was heavyweights that were on performance-enhancing drugs. I don't know. Could it be two German? Could it be two Ukrainian heavyweights? One, the older brother, the older one of which could not fight in the Olympics his last go around because he tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs? Could it be the Vladimir Klitschko who gains weight, who's like the only boxer known to mankind to ever go into a training camp, run 6 miles a day, and gain weight? I don't know. Maybe it could be those guys that they're talking about. You know, the guys that are obviously on steroids. Anyway, it is what it is. You let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'm out. Peace.